last episode, we talked about how our friendships can help us survive uni.
And now we'll discuss on how we can help our friendships survive in uni.
So, both of you talked last episode about how you made friends in year 2, year 1, and so on. So, how have you maintained those friendships for all 4 years of university?
I think for me, the moment I said yes to like studying with that group of friends, right, it was just like something scheduled in my timetable. Like, okay, so we created a Telegram group. There's like, I think 20 people in that group. And there'll be like those, morning people that will go down to the TR early, like 7 a.m. And be like, okay, I took this TR, y'all can come down. Yeah, then it's just like, if you're free, you go down. If you're not, then it's fine. But honestly, year 1, year 2, you just need to go down and study all the time. Yeah, it was better in that way because if you have it in a schedule, then it's just, you're gonna see them every day. And that's how your friendship's gonna last. Like, I think until now, even though I don't stay in hall and I rarely go study with them. For the past 2 years, I think. Sorry guys. But like the moment I see them, it's just like, as if we are meeting each other, like as if we have met each other every day also. Yeah, then we banter a lot. We just like talk about, this module, how is it? Because a lot of us now are taking different modules. Year 4.
Yeah.
We can choose our MP. Then we talked about the lecturer, talk about the content. And then for now, because I'm joining, I joined the hackathon. I also have friends. I found out that we were joining as well. It's the same group of friends that I used to study with a lot. Yeah, then we just talk like usual. There's no awkwardness, nothing.
Wow, that's so good.
Right. And then I think it gotten like a little bit, we drifted a little bit during the intern period. Because for us we can choose, right? Semester 1 or semester 2. So when like some of my friends went semester 2, but it was the year before. So it's like November period, December. So the period of time, it's just like there's significantly less people to study.
Right.
So we rarely go to the tutorial room and study. We just meet at the car park benches to study. Some of us, not really. Then, yeah. But then again, afterwards, when our schedules are more like in school kind, then whenever we meet each other, we just say, hey, we have never seen you, but like, I heard about, because we're all connected, right? I heard from her that you were.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I think it's really good. Even like after the long separation of internship period, which is quite a long period. Yeah, it's quite impact because some people choose SEM 1, some people choose SEM 2. Yeah, but for me, how I maintain my friendship is that through that friend I made through the Signals tutorial. I know her through Signals tutorial. Shout out to Signals. Is that after class we not only talk about Signals. I mean, in year 2 we have other common mods also, like analog. But then other than that, like struggles with assignments. Then we meet before exams and we just discuss. And we both, I guess we have the similarity where we don't like to go to those big crowd. Like big crowd before exam, they like to talk about, this one gonna come up.
Is that important?
This one. Hey, this one, right? Hey, you know how to. It makes you like more anxious, like I think both of us were the very anxious type. So having same kind of people like same mindset, you just want to like study quietly, you just leave us alone. Yeah, that kind. I guess we really clicked on very well. So other than school mods, we share more of like common interests like music. We like certain artists, like same artists. And other than that, we share a bit more of our personal life. But that goes along the way. You cannot possibly just, I know you through tutorial, we're just gonna start talking about Signals and like the mods. Then suddenly, hey, how's your family? No, it's not like that. It's really quite gradual, and I guess both of us are quite similar, where in academic wise we are very motivated. So we motivate one another. I guess that's what makes my friendship last.
Yeah. For me and like a few of the friends I made in year 1, I still talk to them. We're still in the same clubs and we talk, but I've had some issues keeping in contact with people who may not be from NTU, but people from other universities or people who are doing something else like NS or Poly, things like that. It's harder to keep in track with them because they have different schedules, different availabilities, and even different priorities. Maybe looking at different things, especially for my friends who may be in the East. Yeah. For
Sorry.
them, it's just coming to a whole other country. So
Yeah, pull out.
Pulau.
Sorry guys, we are kind of sorry about that. But
Yeah. So even with my friends in NTU, because we may not have the same schedules, we may have courses at different times or different electives. I'd say it takes some work to meet up. But I do enjoy meeting up with them for working on something like analog, working on the design assignment together.
Oh.
It's something that's, I believe, strengthened our bond.
Definitely.
We went through the crucible that is the magic of analog electronics, and we've come out stronger at the end of it.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah. Wow.
I think we have a lot of different experiences. But I think for Atulya, he's now just giving up to, right?
Yeah.
We have a longer
Long
way to go. Ours is ending soon, but hopefully our friendship still lasts.
Yeah, I think I feel like you will definitely. The difficulty in the meeting schedule is quite hard. Have you heard those like, wow, I need to book to meet my friends. It's even harder to book them than booking a Michelin restaurant. Okay, it's so hard. It's like maybe like week 4, like Friday. Sorry, I can't do Friday. I have classes or I got assignment to something. If not, like Tuesday for week 5. No, sorry. It's even harder than booking a restaurant. It's, I guess, if you try to make effort minimally, at least you both have the effort to keep contact. I think somehow one of the days of the 7 days, you guys.
I think it's the thought that counts, right? At least
Yeah, even if you can't physically meet up, I think even something as small as sending like a reel on Instagram, right? It goes a long way.
Yeah, that's how we bond these days, right?
Send you, send
Yeah.
all the memes. Oh, okay. All the struggles in certain assignment. Oh,
Yeah.
hey guys.
So I think other than meeting friends, right, getting to know more people, when you come into university, you will hear people like, oh, I want to enjoy or like experience the hall life, right? So that's like, I think for me, I feel like it's a way, it's like a stigma or like something that's encouraged for you to stay in hall to experience the hall life. But the other part of it is to actually network, meet more people, and maintain that friendship, right? So maybe some people will have that like anxiety feeling, like what if I meet them but I won't be able to maintain that friendship? Or like, so do you have any like stories to tell about friendships being lost in this journey of gaining relationships around you? Maybe like, I don't know. Like I know you said schedules may be a bit different.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes people would feel like, this is how our friendship ends.
Yeah. Especially if it's very constant, right? If every time I'm asked to like hang out with you, but you say, oh, I'm so busy with this, busy with that. It's just, I think we have similar like packed schedules, but if I make the effort to ask, I think to a certain extent you get like, quite tired of it. You just break up.
Yeah.
But then, what was your experience on that?
Yeah, I feel like sometimes with one-sided friendships where it's always you bringing up a plan, other person saying, no, I'm busy, and them offering no point where they're free, having to ask multiple times for their availability and just getting no response. I think at a certain point, you have to realize that maybe they're not as good of a friend as you believe them to be. So it takes some reflection and a more objective view to be able to realize which friendships you want to continue and try to maintain, and where else you can put your focus.
Actually, I'm kind of guilty of that because, like from not in engineering, maybe they have a more relaxed schedule, and then maybe our schedule clash. So it becomes to a point where like sometimes I would be like, hey, you want to meet up? Then it's like, okay, sure, meet up soon. Then it never happens.
Soon never happens.
Then like, okay, I feel bad, but sometimes I'm just very tired from schoolwork and all the commitments, right? I just feel like I need time to myself. But at the same time, I have that like worry of like, what if this person thinks that I'm doing this on purpose, like leaving them hanging on purpose. But I'm just like, I need time for myself.
I need some me time.
Yeah, I need self-care time.
Self-care. But I guess in experience-wise, I think that internship, like we mentioned previously, is quite a huge deal because of the different semester that you guys choose, right? Then my friends will choose like semester 2, but I chose semester 1. So like you don't see each other for the whole entire year. Then other than that, I think is after we had our internship, when we come back, one of the semester in school in year 3, it's our specialization really, because in year 3, that one semester we have to be in a specialization course. So I specialize in micro E, and most of my friends specialize in like computer related or like like AI. So it's quite hard to have, even for like common mods to meet up again. So like we don't have much common topics to talk about, and I guess kind of drifted away. I feel sad, but like it's really part of the friendship journey, because I can't be for them. I choose other specialization course that I feel that I might not like as much. Yeah, so that might be a possible reason why if your friendship doesn't last.
Maybe not all your friendships will survive 4 years, but the ones that do, that much more special for it.
Definitely, yeah.
I think other than that 4 years, I do have like friendships that come from secondary school and stuff like that. But it's very like no maintenance.
True.
Yeah.
But then again, honestly, I think it comes with the vibe also lah. If that friend doesn't vibe with you, there's no point in like. Okay, not there's no point, but like, yeah, if it happens where the friendship is lost, then it's okay. I mean, if you're fated, I feel like if you're fated, you will still one day come back together again, and like everything will be like back to usual.
Yeah, you just can talk for many like hours straight. That's really nice.
I think there's another part where like when I'm thinking of like friendships lost, I won't say friendship lost. It's more of like you don't see them as much. So when I talk about like my group of friends, right, you can tell when someone gets into a relationship. They are gone. Like you don't see them as often. And okay, partly I might be that one person. I did try to like make time also, but then again, I think their preference lah. If they are more like partner focused, maybe they won't join as much in the whole study sessions.
Yeah, I think that comes with a shift in priorities as you go along with university.
Yeah.
You won't be the same person you were at the beginning of year one. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine, because you see like the amount of like, let's say like one day you have like 24 hours minus the time you eat, you sleep, and like go for school. The remaining time, if you still have to spend time with like do your own work, then like you want to meet up with your friend, but at the same time you want to, if you have a partner, meet up with a partner, chat with your partner, or like you need to bond with your family also. If not,
or just some time for yourself.
Yeah, some me time. But by the time you minus like maybe max, okay, 5 minutes, Jess, I have to go. I have to go, sorry. Now it's me time. Time. Oh, it's me time.
Now it's time for my regularly scheduled 7-minute power nap.
No, I have also stories like I hear from friends and be like, wow, this friend, like after they get partner, then they don't join us for study anymore, but they only contact me when they want to get answers. It happens, right?
Friends of convenience.
But then it happens. When it happens, then they will choose not to reply after a while. And it makes sense lah that that friendship that they once tried to maintain, like slowly like weaken and get lost.
You go from being your close friends to their new nickname being Casper the Friendly Ghost.
It just goes.
So we're talking about that. Contrast to talking about friendships being formed, right? Do you have like some tea time?
Sip.
Wait for the next episode. Honestly, those friendships, right, tested by like commitments and schedules, it really like boils down to like how you keep that friendship important. Like you can just send news. It just lets them like it reminds them like, oh, I'm still thinking of you. Right? And like you're still important to me. Nothing. And it doesn't have to be like you have to meet all the time too.
Exactly. Even something small like sending a Happy New Year's message or during festivals, things like that. It's I think the small things that count.
That's the funny thing. You send a Happy New Year, let's meet soon. Yeah, let's meet soon.
Next year's Happy New Year.
Next year just say in the chat, Happy New Year.
Let's meet soon. But if you remember their birthday, send them, drop them a text.